Hello and welcome to today's routine on the Thrive 5 Daily Mobility Series. Today is going to be a lower body session. Now the equipment that you're going to need today, ideally, is going to be something soft and sturdy. It could be anything kind of this shape. It could be a foam roller. I'm using a couple of these yoga blocks, all right? These are great because you can both cushion your knee if we need to, which I'm going to be doing at some point today, but I'm also going to be using them to create some force against in our first position, which is going to be looking at some active hip internal rotation. Catchy as always. This is going to be a 60-second window, pardon me, all right? But let me just talk you through that in case you don't have access to anything that you can simply, I'm going to get you in this great angle here. We want to pop it between our knees. Now, if you think about the size and shape of that, if you absolutely had to, you could put two fists together to create the same intention there. So what we're going to be doing, let me just give you a quick demo here, is I'm going to be squeezing my knees against this and thinking about pulling my heels out to the side, getting a hard squeeze and alternating back, okay? Now, it can be normal if you're not used to this active, intense hip internal rotation, bit of cramping in the hip. If you have to break at any point, please do so, that's absolutely fine. Something about talking to you between the legs I don't quite like, so we're going to start with this work, alrighty? So, take a big belly breath in. Hands can be in support, or obviously if they're between your knees, they're between your knees. That's all good. 1 minute of work here. Squeezing together and driving the heels out, and then relaxing back to the start. A little kiss in between might be nice. Squeeze, and back to the start. You could feel that starting to want to cramp there. Beautiful. Keep them coming, keep them coming. Back in. Last one. Oh yes, great. Let's have a breath there before coming into our next position. Now, a couple of ways you can go about doing this one. This is going to be our hip flexor focus couch stretch position, or the rear foot elevated. Again, wherever you've been doing that up to this point, if you have, that's absolutely fine. I've been using terrible chairs on wheels, benches. If you have a wall, you can simply pop your knee up against the wall and then flatten your shin to the wall. I'm actually going to be showing you this freestanding, okay, as I simply don't have access today. Someone's got the chair. So I'm going to be in this position here. However, if we had wall or a chair and so on, you would just come down first and pop that foot up against it. I'm going to be doing a self-administered one here, whereby I've got that. Now, bearing in mind, this allows me to illustrate, if you're further away from the wall and your foot is at that angle, it's going to be a little bit softer. I'm going to demonstrate here, if my knee and my shin and then my toe are completely flush to the wall, what an intense stretch we can get there. So again, moderate that, or indeed if you're joining me here without any external tools, moderate that position, okay? This is going to be for 45 seconds per side. Again, ribs down, bum squeezed, abs tight. I'm going to be driving this knee out into some external rotation, sitting into that stretch, softening it a little bit, and rinse repeating there, okay? So, in position, 45 seconds on. Make sure I can squeeze that bum cheek, it's not too hard. Soften back a little bit. Notice how I'm just a small movement there, squeezing the bum cheek, pulling that in tight. Again, room for personal exploration here, depending on how close you are to that object or wall, or how hard you're pulling here, like if you're joining me in this position. Maybe you can just hang out in a static stretch. Whatever's going to work for you, totally cool. Driving this knee out here. And that's going to do it for that side, so I'm just going to match these up on the other side. Again, I'm just using this as cushioning. Hopefully you've got a nice soft mat or a pillow. All right, let's match these sides up again. Utmost importance that we're not arching through the lower back and putting ourselves in a position that means we have to do that. So let's come on in here to our second side. All right, so ribs down, butt squeezed tight. Whoopsie daisy. Disadvantages of not having a wall here. Well, I've got my nice foliage behind me, but it doesn't serve very well for this kind of work. Finishing up here. And we're now going to come into our third and final position, which is going to be that hamstrings lower back alternating leg lock. And if you remember here, last time we were going single leg in that elephant walk. Today we're going to be looking to go double leg lockouts, which will be more demanding. Now, if you have somewhere to elevate your hands, it could be a step, cushions, or a table. That can be really helpful, especially if you can progress it down over time, because we want to get somewhere where we can lock both legs out, and it's quite challenging. All right, but if you find that you're like too low, you can't lock your legs out, or it's making you come up here, put your hands wherever you need to. Alternatively, you could put them out in front, all right, and then over time, bring them closer and closer in. So hopefully you can get yourself set up there for the alternating double leg lockout here, or indeed the double leg elephant walk. I don't know anymore. 1 minute of work. Let's get to it. Couple seconds in your hardest lockout position. Almost there. I'm going to do one more here. And that's going to do it there. Again, I really love that one, because you can progress your hands, you can see your progression over time, as long as you're holding yourself to a standard that you can repeat over time. A really nice tool. That's going to do it for today's routine. I'm going to see you tomorrow for upper body. Thank you for joining me today, and let me know if there's anything you need help with in the comment section below. Goodbye, friend.